I also noticed during my 3 years working for Arc of the Triangle that none of the parents of the young men that I worked with, they were together. Um, have you done any research on the correlation of raising a
Hmm.
child with developmental disabilities and the tension it causes between parents?
Yeah, it's a challenge. They say I think what 50% of the couples that have an autistic child separate or divorce. Um, it was the opposite for me and my husband. In fact, I think it brought us more closer together. That us knowing that uh, nobody could really understand what we were going through except us. And so I think for us, it brought us together. But I do see a lot of that where it's a lot of single moms, especially single moms of color, dealing with this, and that is quite a challenge. It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing navigating this. I mean, Trey is 10, he's older, so it's a lot easier now. When he was younger and, 3 to 5, 3 to 6, and not verbal, it was quite a challenge. He had a lot of behavioral issues at school. One of us, most time it would be me because I worked in Durham, but my husband worked in Raleigh, would have to go down to the school and deal with whatever the issue was, or the aftercare program or whatever, daycare. I mean, it was rough. And I could see that if you don't have a strong foundation in that relationship, and then on top of that, you get a special needs child, how that can cause that whole foundation to crack if it's not strong enough. So, yeah, I mean, I can see that it could be, it could make be do or die for a relationship. Um, I think that your values have to align with your partner when it comes to child raising, child rearing. And then on top of that, when it comes to how are we going to approach this situation with our child, I'm always bouncing ideas off my husband, CJ. He lets me make. He knows because of my mental health background that I'm probably the best when it comes to making decisions. So he trusts where I'm coming from, but I still go to him and say, "What do you think about this or that or this?" And he gives me, his opinion. So, we're always in the loop. We would go to IEP meetings together, especially if I was like, this IEP meeting might not turn out okay. It might be a little rough. He would come right there with, even if he was just sitting in the room and had no idea what they were talking about or saying, he would just, or sitting on the phone, he was right there just in case anything went down. So it's like you have to be a united front, but there has to already have been a foundation there. And if you guys have a kind of a rocky foundation, then you add an autistic or special needs child to that, yeah, it's probably not going to end up working.